Thank you for being present. I'm placing this record on my YouTube as just submitting poems and not being able to say them loud and clear and with the cadences that normally apply does not have the same expressiveness and emotions. And therefore, as suggested by Beverly, my daughter-in-law, who's herself a very articulate and a journalist in her own domain, that I should in fact make a video of certain selected poems from my book. So here goes. These poems, my friends, are my first foray for family so dear, whether near or away. These verses I share to sway and to play, not left in a cupboard to fade away. At 90 there's life, what more can I say? My memories remind me of old Bombay. Okay, that's a start. I hope you like that. Simple one. Anyway, here's one to my father, Dad, guts and glory. Joseph was his mother's joy, Iraqi of 8, the youngest boy. But fate conspired, since Turkey ruled, every 16-year-old cannon fodder, 'twas cruel. He fled at midnight, a sorry sight, robbed by smugglers whose knife was might. But then his savior, elder brother Saul, to Singapore he went to heed the call. Life was restful for a very short time, as poor young Joseph had to toe the line, then on to India, to a prime boarding school, where men were made or remain a fool. But Joe Marshall's fists were known to all, mean fighter in the ring, boxing his call. Beware, my friend, knock out, you fall. Joe and his brother, David his name, sugar and rice, peanut oil their game. Along came levers of household fame, commodities today are all the same. Madeline, a beauty, arrived on the scene, intended bride, though sight unseen. And marriage initially a phantom dream, nothing like Wimbledon, strawberry and cream. The brothers made a mark for sure, as brokers supreme could not ask for more. Along came Nissim, Grace and Sam, with Morris the sculptor, the battered ram. Joe was passionate, his morning walk, in short striding, people looked and gawked. Then back to yoga, Sirsanu headstand, said brain benefited, what a man. Madeline beside him, muslin cloth in hand, swallowed to cleanse the bile she planned, and Samuel yoga tube via nose to chin. What madness is this? Only choice to grin. Dad was in Juhu one sunny day when friends challenged him while he quietly lay. Come on, Joe, let's see your head stand. Work up for lunch, then we all get tanned. Dad had a dream of a horse one day, Marco Polo the name, its odds were fey. Friend Sharbani proposed to go and play. It won by odds astronomically way. In business he was known, enjoyed the fray to compete with those whose bent was to pray. Fool suffered one, and all he slay, in our Briven city, the old Bombay. Joe had a heart, deep down, a heart of gold, many a time sub-story sold. His children he taught, justice be done, our characters were formed, you lost and you won. His penchant for poetry, Khayyam no less, Sheshbesh his sport. How did you guess? Joe wrote prose and poetry too. The family trait must give him his due. Samuel his son, third born of four, a temper from child, whose fists spoke more. In badminton cathedral champ, history prize did secure, to business applied, these assets did score. Despite the above, there was much we gained, achievements in life were acclaimed. Dad Joe to St. Peter's, going back 1918 or 20, was known to defend his fists boxed plenty. And Brother Nissim, 1943 or less, a brilliant student, at 14 passed out the best. And Grace at Kimmins, a girl to be proud, academia and sports both spoke out loud. And Sam to Bishops at Pune dried climb, 3 children in boarding left Morris behind. Morris the sculptor, the artist too, was bullied, poor chap, as never his due. That's fine on there. Now there's this beautiful hill station called Panchgani, which is in the Ghats. And this is where we used to go regularly on holiday, the month of May. And used to go to Pune by train and then take a bus all the way to Panchgani, up in the hills. Panchgani means 5 plateaus. And this is where the Brits, in fact, going way, way back, that's where they sojourned, that they took their breaks, and it was really beautiful. So let me just tell you the story. Panchgani, it's still very, it's more than active. It's a huge operation there now. I stood tiptoe upon a little hill. Sydney Point was known, a memory still. Where eagles below, you hear their shrill, their chicks' mouths grasping for mother's kill. The hill station it is, where Brits repair, when summer sizzlers over plains hot air, and Panchgani Place, a superb name, 5 plateaus combined, it made its fame. Panchgani is famous, boarding schools galore, when teachers would rule, demanding more, from pupils' word over a mighty uproar, on sporting talents, priority for sure. And there on tableland was the horse, attempted to kick our dear Sam's arse. He swiftly deflected a delightful blast. Angie was in paroxysms, a big fat laugh. But time moved on, Joe's heart gave way. Difficult to live with anxiety all day. But he fought the reaper that was his way. At the end, saw wine, saw song, life's way. Alas, our mother, at 43 so young, 3 brothers, a sister, in turmoil flung. Thank God our fibre was intrinsically strong, at 55 so young, his memory a song. Ah, fill a cup, what boots it to repeat, while time is slipping underneath our feet. Unborn tomorrow, dead yesterday, why fret about if today be sweet? It's time to end, I'm almost dead beat. This story a saga was quite a feat. For you, I hope, an enjoyable treat. Read on with AC in the Mumbai heat. I hope that was enjoyable. Anyway, here's one to my mother. It was a beauty. In fact, she came all the way from Baghdad to meet my father, whom she had never met before. It was a match marriage, which was not easy because she was, in fact, fancied another young man who wanted her very badly in Iraq, but she said no. She had to follow the dictates of the family. Anyway, and Madeline, a beauty at 16 no less, embarked from Baghdad for a match, your guess, to Joe Marshall the broker in India to stay. 'Twas Britain's jewel, our good old Bombay. Life was tough, the beginning marriage was hard. Sweet Madeline's innocence, her youth was scarred. But Joe determined, for family he stood. With Nissim, Grace, Sam Morris, their brood. Joe was dynamic, perseverance his name, and Madeline his no less, his wife his flame. Parties galore, horse racing once game. Dad's dream Marco Polo won odds and fame. Joe went early at 56, so young. Madeline was 43, yet her spirit was strong. With children now adults, still guidance they need. Thank God for Mum, she was inspiration indeed. She had a full life, of that no doubt. Kaluki, blackjack, watching snooker, she'd shout at poor Ronnie Sullivan, losing to Chew. Her favorite a disappointment, he just had no clue. Her dress was immaculate, elegance the word, admiration personified, not part of the herd. At age 105, dresser on call to surprise her birthday for one and all. We miss you, Mum, a century it's past. You lived a full life, your memory will last. And finally, Dad, whose patience ran out, 60 years gone by, it's not time, he'd shout. And finally on Mount of Olives she rests, whence Messiah would come, by history a quest. That, my friends, is no idle jest, so let's celebrate her memory blessed. Your devoted son. Can we turn it down for a moment? Just a minute. You say, I want to just hear what's he said.